Hello, I am talking.
We got feedback?
How about now?
How about now?
How about now?
How about now?
Okay, so picking up where we left off last week, we had a couple years of everyone at the academy. We started with a fight in the common room with Cesalia bringing up chairs that the party bodied in a matter of seconds. However, during that, a small gray gem fell out, hit the floor, and covered everyone in lights. And when it did, Borum and that bureau disappeared for a couple of hours. Since then, as the years pass, each of you have individually disappeared from time to time, so much so that it barely passes with comment now, except that oh, that was annoying timing. All right, well, I'll get them in a couple of days. The boys, the Seastrike brothers, started a Blitz Goal team and met Coach Nevermox, who in another world would have been their dad, but not this world.
I don't think in many worlds.
Learned an important lesson from their mother about how in every relationship there's always someone who loves more. Unfortunately for Seastrike, or excuse me, not Seastrike, for Nevermox, that was him. Gilda moved on to marry your father. Also, during that trip home, where the boys learned the full story of Nevermox, Verity worked in her father's tattoo shop, enough that the former Queen Bee had given her a notebook full of information and access to a magic tattoo gun, immediately bringing back tattoos to the academy. And then finally, on that trip home, Alice had a lovely conversation with her mother, but during which realized that her mother might be getting ill. Excuse me. We're professionals!
And you professionally handled that cat.
And if folks at home would like a more organized stream and better text situation, then feel free to throw a few bucks our way.
Yeah.
Do we even have that set up to handle?
Well, that's what the only cats would be for.
That's the only thing we have. We don't accept donations. We don't even take Twitch subs. Just Mouse's only cats. Also, during last week, Damien stuck up for some mage track kids that were getting picked on and got stomped flat. And Dominic discovered a hidden pool of rage inside of him from that. But all was okay from that because it would seem that whatever strange spear that Damien found in weapons class that he's felt a connection with, felt that connection back as it began to talk to him after that. And then we ended with Dominic being asked to go to the actual Citadel itself, to leave Underhill and go to one of the administrative buildings. And that's where we'll pick up. So you go outside and you realize that this is the first time in 4 years that you have been outside, except for visits home and, back and forth. There are parts of the Underhill where there are large skylights that come down. You haven't been living in the dark for 5 years, but at all times you've had stone over your head, except for this trip between the portal park in here and the trip home. This is the first time that you've actually been to the Citadel proper, which is, to be fair, right outside of the entrance to Underhill. So you take the elevator up, you come out, you go into the sunlight. It's very easy to navigate through the Citadel, and you have an address that puts you almost through a grid, it's like an A across and number down, New York City style grid. So you're able to find where you're going pretty quick. On the door of this small building is a sign that says, "The Haven Project, Master Aram Fasca."
I look at the address and just double check that's the right one.
That is it.
And I look up
Now,
a little bit.
the instructions don't tell you where you're going, or they just gave you the address.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't tell you, who you were meeting with or anything else. And the other one was just a pass to leave the Underhill.
confirm this is the right place, and then I look at the sign, and then I just shrug and I knock on the door.
When you knock on the door after a moment, a young woman opens it, and this may be the first time that you realize people live at the Citadel that are not involved with the Academy at all. So she's probably, you're 14, she's a couple years older than you, maybe 18 at that. You have never seen her in the Academy. She doesn't even because you guys all go to the same place, you pick up kind of the same habits and everything. It's almost alien the way that she is, even though she's just a human teenage girl. You've just been so much into this one way of doing things that seeing somebody outside of that feels alien to you.
And am I strapped up? Do I have a full sword with me and gear and everything?
No,
Or
it's
am
the
I-
Citadel. You're just in your
okay.
day to
Just in
day.
normal clothes.
Yeah, it's not quite like a school uniform, but there's not a lot of choice in what you can get for clothes there either.
But either way, a 7-foot ripped 14-year-old
Yeah,
just opens this door.
yeah, and she's she looks up at you, and she's like, "Hello."
Hi. I'm from the academy, and I was told to come here. I have an invitation. What is this place? The Haven for... And I look around the edge of the door to reread the sign.
You're from the Academy?
I am. I don't really know why I'm here.
You're
I was
awfully
just
young to
told
be a journeyman.
Well, actually, not yet. I really hope I am one day. That's kind of what I'm working towards. But yeah, right now I'm just a fourth year.
You're a fourth year?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what can I do for you?
Well, like I said, I have this invitation that is directly from the let's say, head of the academy themselves.
Mr. Wiggle sent you?
Yes. So you know Mr. Dubs.
No,
sorry, Mr.
no, I've heard of him.
Got you.
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
never
So-
allowed to go to the Academy.
Oh, that's a huge bummer. Anyway, I'm
What's your
sorry,
name,
don't
son?
my name's Dominic. Again, I don't mean to impose, but Mr. Wiggles made it sound like it was a
Dominic
really
Seastrike?
serious... Yes. Okay, so you are expecting me.
Yes, come in.
Okay.
So you lean through it's a 6-foot door frame, but you still are kind of there. And even then, the roof or the ceiling in here is not super high. And she directs you, she goes to direct you towards a chair, and then thinks about it for a minute and puts you on the one couch here in what little outer office alcove that she has. And then she goes and
I try to take up as little space as possible, despite my best efforts.
opens the door, sticks in, and she's like, "Master Fosca, the Sea Strike boy is here for you." And then you wait an hour before the door opens up. A gray-skinned, gray-haired man sticks his head out and is like, "Dominic, thank you for your patience. Come on in."
Okay. I stand up and walk to what I presume is an office sort of situation.
Right, and it's a very simple office. Having seen what you've seen, you have to assume that much of this building is storage because there's this small outer office, and Master Fosca doesn't have Mr. Wiggles has a pretty austere office. There's also that master level in the guild,
All the walls are scratching post material.
but it seems like he does very little in the way of decoration. It's very austere. Master Fosca's office makes that look like a Long Island mansion. I mean, it is a desk, some papers, a cabinet, plain straight back chair on his side of the desk, and 2 straight back chairs on the other side.
What's the lighting like in this?
There's
this
a window
whole
behind
building?
him.
And that's it.
Yeah, so it's well lit in here.
So I go in and then I sit at what seems to be the guest chair.
He has, you get a pretty good look at him now. Gray skin with just slightly darker gray hair. Even though it's pretty light in here, around him seems to almost drink in the light so that he's always just a little bit in shadows. And he, like, as you're sitting down, leans across and, like, offers you his hand.
Shake his hand.
Thank you for giving me some time today.
Yeah, nice to meet you, sir. If I'm being completely honest, I have no idea why I'm here. Am I in trouble?
No, of course not. Of course not.
Oh, thank God.
Um,
That whole hour I was waiting, I was just thinking that I was going to get in trouble and that Mr. Wiggles sent me to some weird warehouse for like punishment or something.
No, Mr. Wiggles keeps a very high hand on that school of his. Somewhat surprised he even let you come.
Yeah, he didn't seem too happy about it actually. He demanded that I come, but he seemed like, I don't know, like someone told him that it had to happen or something, or that yeah, either way, seemed really upset about it.
Do you have any knowledge planes? Any
I
ranks in
think
that?
I do actually.
He
Okay, I got it.
after he rolls or shakes your hand, he sits down and he's like, as an introduction, I am Master Aram Fosca, but most people here call me the Shadow Man.
Hello, Mr. Fusca. Yeah, you do seem to kind of like light just seems to kind of go in you somehow. So that checks out. But I rolled out 14.
You recognize from your studies that Master Fosca is a fetchling. So those are humanoids, plain touch humanoids, like an Aasimar, tiefling, Ifrit, what have you. They are ones who have been touched by the plane of shadows. So the Shadow Man, is, an Aasimar calling himself the Angel Man. It's both like very simple and like right on the nose, and also kind of like he's putting a lampshade on it. You may not know this, but I knew your parents for a time.
Oh, really?
They were also members of the Haven Project.
That sounds rad as hell. What exactly is the Haven Project? I've never heard of it.
It is a attempt at, well, that's overstating when I say an attempt, but we are focused on a thought experiment, and that is, what would we do when we run out of angel stones?
Whoa. Never thought about it like that before. Is that a thing that can happen?
Well, there is a finite supply, and over the last 1,000 years, we have used many of them. You'd have to ask someone in the quartermaster's office how many remain. We are still opening new villages, but at some point, the work that we do here will become relevant and important. And at some point, when I was yet a journeyman, someone thought it was important to set up an office to start that work now.
So what exactly does the Haven Project do?
Well, you might call us a think tank. That's when a group of people just sit around and think about a problem and talk about it. I prefer a little more action, so that is where your parents and I met.
They were in the thinky tank?
They were part of the Haven Project, yes, until they decided to retire and have you and your brother. And what they would do for me often is just investigate different rumors that other members of the guild would bring back, or sometimes try experimental things to see about creating our own angel stones. I think we never made much progress with that, but I was very sad to see them go.
That could be huge. I mean, they're usually really open with me about everything. I'm surprised that they never talked about this, especially since it sounds so useful and helpful.
Well, your parents were very modest, and I'm sure they just didn't want to bring the extra attention to themselves.
Yeah, that makes sense. They probably would have told me eventually.
Not many senior journeymen leave the guild to begin with.
Yeah, they actually never told me about why they left.
Well,
They've been retired as pretty much as long as I've been alive.
you could say they left for you.
Damn, that's heavy.
I mean, they're still together. They're still alive. I assume they're happy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was sad to see them go. I was seeing the strapping young man you've grown into. It would seem that the guild simply was passing that need for them down a generation. And I hear you're doing very well in your studies.
I like to think so. Damien's here too, actually, and he's doing really well.
So I hear. So
Um,
I hear.
So, I mean, it's been really nice talking to you, and like, you're like super cool, and this Haven project sounds really cool. Maybe I don't know, when I graduate, maybe I could get in on it.
Well, that's why I wanted to talk to you now. I wanted to get in your
Yeah.
ear before other people did.
I wanted to ask, like, why am I here? Yeah.
I would like to have you consider when your time at the academy is up and you've done your apprenticeship in the field. I know that typically you would go on to your vicarage, but instead do your vicarage here as part of the Haven Society or Haven Project.
Will that count if I don't go? Will
Normally,
it count as
no,
completing the vicarage?
but I can pull some strings
Whoa.
for
You
the
could do that?
older
Like,
son of my dear friends.
Are you
Let's see
like,
strings.
are you like one of those like guild masters that know, like, are just like, they say that they could be anywhere?
Oh, you mean the Hidden Masters?
Yeah, are you? I mean, I guess if you were, you wouldn't tell me, you know.
Or if I did, I'd have to kill you. And he winks.
Eh. That's a good one, Mister. I mean, should I ask Dame to do it too?
I'm afraid your brother doesn't possess the right temperament. I think we both can agree your brother is a more of a speak first, think later.
True.
And well, there is definitely a place for that in the guild, and I'm sure he will excel in not just his vicarage, but whatever he chooses to do after that. For a project like the Haven project, where so much of our time is spent sitting in an office, reading old scrolls and books, or just lost in our own head, I think that would be a special type of torture for your brother, don't you?
Oh yeah, he would hate that. He especially he like brags about how little he reads, even though like everyone knows that he's smart, and I don't know why he does this thing where he just like pretends like learning is dumb. I don't know. It doesn't seem to be working for him, but
He does
but yeah,
seem
you're
from-
totally right.
What my friends at the academy have told me, that your brother will never miss an opportunity to think about something if he can act upon it.
I mean, between you and me, Damien's one of the smartest people I know. But don't ever tell him that. I don't know why he does it. I mean, I don't know, maybe he's like insecure about his intelligence or something, but like I don't know, he's always known the right thing to do. If I'm being honest, like I wish I could have some of his act first, think later sort of mentality. You know, he gets stuff done, and I find myself so often like paralyzed with indecision. But I don't know, this sounds really important and meaningful, and you know, we've been kind of attached, Damien and I have been attached at the hip like pretty much since we were born, and I haven't really gotten any time to myself, like really ever. Wow. I might take you up on this.
Well, definitely think about it. I'll be in touch throughout.
And
You know,
I'm
and
sure
any
if I told
time-
my yeah.
And as you kind of feel the dismissal,
Hmm.
and as you stand up to leave, he says, Dominic,
Yes, sir.
next time you're home, give your parents my regard and tell them
Oh,
I think of them
absolutely.
often.
Absolutely. I'm sure they'll be so proud of me. I mean, to
sure
continue
they
their
will.
work, this will be huge. I'll tell them everything, I promise.
Good. Thank you, son. I will see you soon.
And with a giant like grin, just like runs out with like a sense of pride.
All right, so you make your way back to the academy. It's dinner time, and all your friends are sitting at Duke's table still.
Hey guys.
Yo, how was the trip, bro?
Oh, it was pretty good. I got like I met this super cool dude. But I'll tell you all about it later. But what have you guys been up to? It's like kind of, I don't know. It's kind of secret.
I've been eating food, but secret. Sounds like you should tell us.
Well,
No one here is a snitch.
I kind of got a job offer.
Dude, that's sick.
Yeah.
A job? Like
I'm 14.
That's crazy. Is there like benefits? Do you get medical and dental covered?
Well, we didn't actually get that far because I haven't like, you know, accepted it. But this would be like a after graduation thing.
Wait, after graduation or after like the 6-month travel?
Well, so that's the thing. Instead of the 6-month travel, I would do this, and I would stay here, and it would count the same, so I'd still be able to complete the vicarage.
Wait, so you'd stay here?
Well, I don't know yet for sure, but like, I mean, it sounds really cool.
Yeah, no, that sounds really sick.
He knows our
Yeah.
parents.
Oh, that's cool that that you got that opportunity. But like what would you do? Would it be like fighting like monsters and stuff?
I actually don't know. It actually sounded like a lot more of what would be the word? Can't think of a broader term, but humanitarian work, for lack of a better term.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it sounds like we'd be like going around like maybe helping villages, mostly research based, I think. I don't know.
Research, cool. So like not like fighting monsters, like reading books.
That sounds boring, Master. Do not do that.
He just blipped out of existence. He did the thing. Okay, anyway, he'll be back in a few minutes. But yeah, guys, this is
What
so
sort
cool.
of
Congratulations.
like books? Like what sort of research?
About like the stones, the angel stones.
That's fascinating.
Apparently, like, I don't know, it's like a bunch of people get together and then they just like think a lot. And that
Wait, do you actually get a research with
That
the
almost sounds like
stones?
anxiety, but like with more
yeah.
work involved.
Yeah, so when he was first pitching it, that's what it sounded like. I was like, I don't know, this kind of sounds like a lame like office job thing. But they're talking about like making new angels. That's I never thought about it before, but like, you know how from history class, like how there's only like a certain amount of pieces of the castle, the palace, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That would
Recreating
like,
them seems like
Take
it'd
a
be
lot
a
of
big
energy to
undertaking.
like probably try and do that, cause
Yeah.
that was like a certain kind of substance. I don't know how you would recreate that.
Exactly, but also like he talked about like them running out, and I had never really thought about. I thought it would be one of those things that's like way after we're dead, which still may be true, but like
So like,
but they
just,
were
like,
talking about it like it's like a thing that they're planning on.
so you're just like looking stuff up.
It's like they're worried that they're gonna like there's just
Yeah,
gonna be
like-
no more villages at some point.
That like totally sounds cooler than
they're
traveling with
trying-
me or whatever. But like that's cool. Like I'm glad like you found your like thing, man.
Well, I don't know. I haven't decided yet for sure. Like
No,
I mean,
for sure. Like whatever's best for you. Like for sure.
are you good?
I am fine.
Master, we will have so much more fun.
I'm always fine, bro.
Master.
But
Bro,
it's so
stop
weird.
talking. They're gonna think I'm crazy.
Well, like Mr. Wiggles seemed like
We
kind
will
of bummed
find
out about it.
justice.
So I think at some point I should like go up to Mr. Wiggles and be like, maybe talk to him about it, because I don't know. But yeah,
I
I'm
don't know,
super
man.
hyped. I had no idea what I was gonna do after. I was just gonna kind of go wherever everybody else was going, maybe, or be told where to go. But now it's like something that's like mine.
Yeah, bro. No, for sure.
Well, anyway, what's on the menu today?
Today's
I just like
menu
clear
is
out a spot.
grub stew,
Uh, good protein.
beef stew, which is always on the menu, and cheese and mac, which is not the same as mac and cheese to Damien's disappointment. It's like more like a Alfredo sauce than like what you're used to with like the regular like cheddar sauce.
We know it. I'm gonna do my classic order of 2 beef stews, double bowl,
The cheese and mac would be vegetarian.
and then I sit down and we carry on mundane conversation.
While you do that, Borum finds himself daydreaming back and thinking about the last several years of his time at the academy.
Yes, holy mackerel. How far we've come.
In the deep end.
Like, I remember, like, just the first, second years, like, I felt so lost almost. Like, didn't quite feel like I could quite find my niche in the thing. Like, I really wanted to help people, like, protect them and all that.
As you go like from your first year to your second year, you do your traditional visit home, and you're leaving your village, and you see your mom arguing with the journeyman that's going to escort you back to the portal to the Citadel. And she's like, "You'll take every crate I told you to take. My boy's not going to starve at that academy of yours. We serve lunch there." No! He's going to eat a good meal every day. Now put this shit on your horse and stop talking back to me. Do you understand me? This is a journeyman, somebody who's, gone through the academy, gone through their vicarage in the field, earned their full term in the guild, wanders the wilderness alone, realizes discretion is better than a part of valor, and just says, "Yes, ma'am." Starts loading the crates of lunches that your mother has sent to you for another year. Oh, Borum, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Grabs you by the cheeks, kisses you. Your whole village is like standing around and like halfling, like, "You go, Borum.
Yeah.
You're the best of us."
Yeah.
What else?
I guess going on into those later years, he starts, he starts finding himself a little bit. Is the best way I think of describing it. He's starting to get a feel, rather than, he didn't particularly enjoy the more aggressive styles of, using weapons, even using some of the innate or like magical things, but for aggressive things, but found that he much more enjoyed the things that helped those around him, and healing wounds, or even just making them feel better or stronger or faster and all that good stuff. He delved into the arcane in terms of literary reading, but it was the cleric path that really he shined in.
Cool. So do you go all the way down, like start the mage track before like switching over to like the divine track, or just? And I mean,
it's more like, I would say it's more like he's always on the divine track, but he has like, if you're in college, one of his electives is like some arcane.
And I'm probably overstating, like, when I say the tracks, it's very loose. Essentially your entire adventurer training, besides some real basics, like everyone gets some weapons training. Everybody gets, a little bit of history and geography and knowledge, like essentially the stuff that like you would think that would be under like that you could make untrained, that sort of stuff. It's essentially one giant set of electives that everyone takes. And then your class just happens to be the one that you took the most electives in. Unless you were a bard, the best class, then you took all the electives.
All of them at once. Everything all at once.
And got all the girls. Or boys, or whatever.
And or guys, yes.
Because you were a bard, and that's what bards do. Borum's not a bard. If I were playing in this game, I'd be playing a bard.
Yeah, so after that, probably like around his third or fourth year, he's starting to get into that teenage years, and he gets a bit more embarrassed by his mom sending him literal crates of food for his lunch. And, every once in a while he'll he'll have the school lunch and be like, "Oh, I'm normal. Like I'm just like everyone else. I'm not getting my smoked sausage from me mother that she packed all special for me and has a little love note in it that tells me how proud and lovely I am."
Bro, I wish I got love notes.
You guys get mail from home, but it doesn't come very often, so you tend to get
one letter.
Like somebody will write you a letter, and then like maybe like like your mom writes you like a letter a month or something. Borum gets 3 letters a week. Mm-hmm. Like when they bring the mail into the academy, there is a sack brought into Verity's room, because Verity and Borum are still roommates, even though they're in like 4th year of their own like shared room.
On Borum's birthday, like a giant banner just appears in the cafeteria that says "Happy whatever number" Borum.
Borum doesn't write back often, but at this point he's written back enough that you guys get letters from his mom too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the food crates are bigger than Alice.
Yeah, Alice, being a 5th year, has her own room now.
I feel like we all love Borum's mom because the food is just that good.
Borum, your mom's awesome.
Yes, I know, but she's so embarrassing sometimes.
But we can tell how much she loves you, but because this stuff is amazing. Like this is like seasoned with like the utmost motherly affection, and you can taste it. This is good stuff. Your mother is wonderful.
She found
I
out my
know
favorite snack, and I've never talked to her before.
As we go through our 4th and into our 5th year, we have to talk about Verity's Shadow. Like, nobody wanted to talk about it for a long time. You know, it's an adventuring academy. There's weird shit everywhere. But finally, people are like, have seen it enough and are curious enough to risk the wrath of the queen bee.
So what the fuck is this?
Okay.
Thank God someone said it.
I warned you about it on day one. I warned you about it on day one that, like, my shadow's weird. You're gonna notice it at some point. There's a reason why I don't go in direct light often, because I know how much it weirds people out.
I don't think it's weird. I think it's kind of cool, actually, and sick and stuff.
Well, yeah, but Perdit's also kind of a bitch. Like, I'm bad, but, like, Perdit's worse.
It has a name.
You gave it a name?
Master, how
That's sick. I
have a
mean,
name?
like, that's cool. That's totally not terrifying or anything. That's like, you do you.
I did not name Perdit. Perdit named Perdit. That's what Perdit
It
told me
can
their name was.
talk to you. Okay.
Well, it's like
That's weird, right, Master?
It's a little
it's
weird.
like not it took a while for me to realize, but it's like if you listen to people speaking a language a lot of the time and you don't realize that you're starting to pick it up, and then all of a sudden you understand it, and then you realize, oh shit, I can actually speak this. So yeah, we can talk.
I don't trust it.
Okay. I
Um,
don't trust it either. It's like a shadow thing.
Inanimate objects
like-
shouldn't be able to speak.
The shadow thing is always the bad guy.
but
in
like
movies.
it wasn't always like this. Like, I mean, like a couple of years before I came here, like it just got weird and people didn't like it, and then so it's just like, well, you know, I guess the best chance of me finding out what the fuck is going on is going to the academy, and so that's what I did.
So you just started hearing your shadow talk to you. That's cool.
Well, the language is really weird. It's not so much sound as the absence of sound, and like when silence is so stark that it's deafening, and it's just like, it's really weird. You will feel uncomfortable
So,
if I start speaking that language.
there are real sick like medical professionals and mental health professionals at this university thing that I'm sure
You're right,
could
Master.
help you.
The girl is obviously mad. It is nice of you to help her.
No, I mean, like, I made sure to ask about this with professors and whatnot already, and they have not raised any alarm bells with me over this.
This school sounds like a little bit irresponsible, but I respect it.
We've known that
in your
from day
decision
one.
making.
And besides, like, I mean, I've been in the infirmary enough, usually from carrying you there, to be honest. You get hurt way too much.
I
but like,
stand
but
up
like
for
the
people.
lady, but well, like, yes, and that's respectable. But like, you get, I feel like there's a tally somewhere of like, there's a pool, there's a betting pool. I may or may not have started it. Of like, is Damien going to get his nose broken this week?
My nose only broken 3 times, and every time it's broken in a way that just makes it look more cool. So you know what? I'm actually all about getting my nose broken,
You
and
do seem to enjoy it, Master. It happens all the time.
the betting pool is super cool.
Yeah, if you do it one more time this year than Ivan, but 2 more times and it's not all good. So be safe a little bit, but not so safe.
I'm like trying to hide on my face that I've lost so much money on you.
I found it's just easier not to bet on this one because it's so all over the place.
Every year it's higher than you'd expect it to be.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Honestly,
I always
honestly,
pick the
like,
over and I always
the
lose.
amount I get, like the money I've got coming in and out from the betting pool on like your fights is insane. Don't worry, I am working on like a special thing, like as a thank you for being the center of said betting pool.
Cool. I feel loved. Anyway, this has been a terrible conversation for me. And I think I'm gonna go take a shit. Bye, gang. He's gonna just get up and walk out.
He'll get over it.
Sorry.
I think the shadow thing's pretty cool, actually. I mean, if we're being honest, it's like only the 6th weirdest thing that we've seen here.
that is quite comforting. But I made sure to I mean, you guys are my friends. I made sure to warn you early on that it was a thing and that it was weird, and I didn't know how that was going to change. I don't know where they came from or really what they want. It's just there.
Are they nice?
In the same way I am, usually not. But if they're
Nice
nice
to
when they want something.
Us? Are you only friends with us because you want
No,
something?
no,
Okay,
no,
sorry.
no.
As she's
I'm
saying
friends
that,
with
That's
you
kinda cool.
because
It's
you.
like-
I'm friends with you because you guys are nice to me,
It's like you always have a
and
friend
it's
with you.
nice to not have to be on edge all the time.
Mhm.
When I'm doing my, it's like I'm on. I can be off here.
as you're having this conversation, suddenly a hulking shadow stands behind Borum, and then two furry clawed hands grab him from either side, lift him up into the air and onto his shoulder.
What? What's
Borum,
happening?
how are you, my friend?
Oh, hey, how are you doing, Boris?
I am so good, so good. Headband, you get me work very well. So smart now.
Yeah, I know.
Hi, Professor.
I am so proud of you. You know, when I initially proposed it, I did not expect the professor to be quite so enthusiastic about but the results turned out well, I think. Yes.
Ah, yes. Yes, my friend. You're for Dominic.
What's up, Boris? Another training sesh today?
Yes, in 1 hour.
Okay, I'll be there.
Eat a lot.
I already got
I
my
want
two.
to see
my
you
two-
puke when we're done.
Oh,
That is how we
Interesting.
know you've done training.
you know, like I've been wondering, like, when am I gonna get to like past this initial training part and get to work with like the like head, the people who trained you. Like, when does that happen?
No one trained Boris all inch.
So
But
so
it's
it's
tough
just
like
us.
bear.
It's
Like
just us
bugbear.
until the end of the academy. It's just you and me.
You have other classes, no?
No, I mean with with our thing. Are you? It's just you and me one-on-one for the whole till the end, the whole time, every year.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I am learning a lot. It's just,
I mean, you could sign up for my class.
what? You have a whole separate class that you teach. They let you teach a class
Yeah, he's a professor
I'm
now.
professor now.
of what?
Got that.
Right.
Rage.
Mm-hmm.
Burning rage, like fiery sun in belly.
Borum, are you in this class?
I don't really get that angry. He's tried. It's really scary sometimes.
But you're
You
like
are-
taking the class.
You are Boris's. He looks at Borum. What's the term? Dog project?
It's a pets project, I'm thinking.
Pet project, yes!
Yeah,
You are
boss.
Boris' pet project. Make you big, strong man! Like Bugbear.
Well, I mean, Borum, if you ever want to spar sometime, I'm always down.
No! Borum, tiny man. Borum, sit on shoulder.
Yes, I'm very small.
Borum is what I call my familiar.
Oh, you meant literal pet project.
No, you are pet project.
Me
I
pet
make you
project.
big like Bugbear.
Already big.
No, I make you
Bigger
bigger.
than you.
I make you
More
fight tough. I make
More
you
big.
fight till you throw up every day, so that you are tough. So
Yeah,
when
yeah, you're
enemy stab you in the stomach and guts fly everywhere and you are die, you still fight. You
Yeah, you're
have the
really-
barbarian rage.
really
I've
hung up
seen
on
it
the
in you in
puke
this
thing.
room.
I mean, I have, I don't really get sick anymore, like ever, since we started working together. So that's cool. So I can't say it's not working, but make sure you keep that headband on.
Just the way-
Mhm.
It slips and his eyes glaze over.
Shouldn't have said anything.
And then Borum just reaches up and
All good.
Mm-hmm.
Does that happen often?
Yeah, it's like it always comes off in the middle of training, and then I have to remind him what we're doing.
I thought those things, after a while, they're just permanent.
You would think, but it's just it's like too big, doesn't fit his head. It's always coming off.
Too big for Boris?
Yeah. Crazy, right?
I didn't know that was possible. I mean, he's a
In
big
my
guy.
defense, he's very big, and so I made it really big. I don't.
Oh,
Like-
you made it?
Oh,
You made his. Whoa.
Well, I helped.
Gotcha.
that's still like really awesome. That was a great idea. He's thriving. You
But
did a
if we
good
could-
job.
But like, if we could like fuse it to his head or something.
Yeah, we have some like good super universal glue.
Mm-hmm. Either way, here, come here, Boris. And I just like adjust it on his head so it fits on.
All right. I see 1 hour, Dominic. Eat much, so much. Come up when we.
Yep, a lot of puke. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I think they have grub stew today.
I mean, that'll get the job done. I should probably go check on Dame.
I don't eat grub stew anymore. Boris into smoothies now.
What flavor?
Grub.
Classic.
That's good protein. That's good protein.
Yes. Make Boris strong like bugbear.
You are very
You
strong.
are.
You know what I mean.
Bugbear.
Yes.
Yeah, you are above
I think the word you used was gain.
Must have much gains. Protect gains. Always skip leg day. Legs not important at all.
That's what I'm
Gut. That's
talking
what's
about.
important.
This is what I've been trying to get like a professor for a couple years now.
Now, Boris, remember, you need your legs to move around, which help you do all the things.
I drag myself at enemy, chew through their leg, then we have
Yes, but just-
legless fight.
Remember,
Conversation,
we talked about this. Yes, you can drag yourself to the enemy, but isn't it better to walk at them and punch them at the same time?
He's never gonna get it.
Wouldn't it be better to eat the arms? Because in that way they'd be unarmed.
I'm
Like,
so much faster than him. It's ridiculous.
when I met Dominic, I offered to cut off legs. He said no.
We all
Somewhere I
remember.
get them, though.
it was-
Wait,
it was-
oh,
yeah.
that explains.
Now I'm taller than him. Imagine that.
Not if I cut off legs.
I'd like to see you try. But I don't know. Dame seemed kind of bummed out. I'm gonna go check on him.
All right, well, let's advance to a day where Damien is in a much better mood. It is
Okay.
sorry. I should have taken the drink and then said that, but I thought the drink was going to be quicker than it was for some reason. But I have been drinking for 47 years and know how to time a drink. It is the Blitz Bowl Challenge, Blitz Gold Championship. And it is the 5th year team against the 7th year team. These are the same people that stomped a mud hole into Damien a couple years ago. Only people that you've never beat, these like seniors, the 7th and 8th years students, all of them seniors, grown-ups, ready to graduate the academy. You guys are still probably in your NPC classes. These guys have already started retraining into their heroic classes. No way you should win.
All
Never-
right, we gotta make a plan.
Gotta make a plan.
All right, Dom.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're the captain, but I have an idea.
Mm-hmm. If I get an opening, I'm gonna straight up clothesline somebody.
Never Mox is there inside the huddle with you.
All right,
All right, boys.
gang.
You don't want to live your life thinking about a second chance
And we're just
or
talking-
what could be.
All right.
Yeah, so we're talking the game plan
gotta
out loud,
use-
like over him as he's trying to.
We gotta
system.
use our.
All right.
We gotta use our strengths. John, you're tall, you're strong, you're fast. I'm annoying. These are our openings. All right, we're gonna do what we used to
know
do
this.
back in the day. We're doing the sacrifice play. I'm gonna go in
For real?
and be the worst.
You think it's
I'm
gonna
just gonna
work
be
this
annoying.
time?
All right, and I'm gonna be so annoying it's gonna trigger the special zone.
Mhm.
During the special zone, as we all know because we're experienced blitzball players, if you break enough rules and get enough penalties, the other team is
Yeah,
allowed
yeah,
to start
obviously.
beating the shit out of you.
Yes.
All right, it's part of the rules.
Oh,
set.
but
As- yeah,
but you're
the
gonna
second
break
thing.
so many rules and get so many penalties that you're gonna cross the zone into where that actually starts giving us points.
Exactly,
Mhm.
and while they're beating me half to death, they will be because I will make gratuitous comments about their mothers.
And then that's where I take the ball.
Dom, you'll take the ball. You're just gonna keep dribbling it.
The trick play.
All right.
Oh yeah, because if you
Trig,
dribble it,
you're
you
just
get
gonna
you
keep
get half a
cooking.
point per dribble.
But who's gonna ice the cake?
Drake is just gonna keep cooking.
That's
and
once I get to
he's gonna be
the-
cooking.
once I
You're
get
gonna
to
be
the end of the
dribbling,
field.
and they're gonna be distracted, beating me up and giving us points.
Yeah, and then I'll go in, I'll spike the ball, ice the cake, and then we win. This is
Bro,
foolproof.
All right, we got this. Okay.
I mean, I can't believe we're gonna go with an ice the cake finish. Like,
We've never actually pulled this off before.
I mean, do you think
we've
like,
only ever.
do you
we've
think
only
you
ever
can
drawn
handle
up.
it, Damien? Like, get this ass whipping while your brother
If there's
bakes
one
and
thing-
ices a cake? I mean, we're talking that's got to be at least like an hour.
If there's one thing I'm good at, it's getting to. All right, team,
Coach
let's
dead in the
go.
eyes, and I'm like, this is going to work.
And then Damien immediately turns to the other team as the game starts and goes, "Do you guys want to know what I did to your mothers last night?" And that's how the game starts.
Then
Trigger the special zone and ice the cake.
the ball is snap served.
All right, the ball is snap served to you. You take it. There's
Um,
58 yards to the actual blitz goal, and the cake of it must be iced.
Fake
As-
handoff to Damien.
Yeah, fake handoff. The other, most of the other team, like immediately just dog piles and starts curb stomping Damien. From the stands, your friends are like, "Well, there's another trip to the infirmary."
We hear bones crunching.
God damn it.
Um,
And then I'm
I
just
think
trying
you're
to go-
losing the
and
bet.
Ah, Joey Christ!
Dominic,
I
give me a reflex save.
Break.
15.
15. As big as you are still agile. And you manage to like sidestep as the soup slinger throws not one bowl, not two bowl, not three bowl, but 5 bowls of soup your way.
And I do the full like.
Yeah, you're like Matrix moving it, but still have the ball.
Yep. And most of the teams is still beating the shit out of Damien because
Yeah.
they think he has the ball, but only a couple of them have realized. But now it's just giant me on like 2 or 3 guys, and I got this.
But also, they're kind of all just lost to the joy of stomping on Damien. Like for
And the
some
3
people,
that-
this is the closest thing they have to a hobby.
Is
Yeah.
this how hard you kick?
and,
You know, they might not win the game, but they won.
and the 2 or 3 that didn't fall for it, I'm
What are
just
hearts?
I'm a freight train. I'm just running at them. One of them, I just like free arm, just clothesline. He does a full backflip. The other
Like
2
cunt.
jump on my shoulders and trying to pull me down, and I'm just going.
As you get
And
to
then-
the goal, you realize with dismay that this may all be for nothing because the opposing team is already icing their cake. But you know that there's one rule in your advantage. That is, if the rest of the team is more than halfway down the field, you can steal the cake.
And this like goes through my mind like this one like really like subsection rule that like never comes up. This is like a 1 in a 1,000 chance that this ever comes up in a game, and I see the opportunity and I go for it. I'm going to the end zone and I take the ball and I just whip it at one of the people icing the cake's head,
And it whaps into their face.
and then I
And
dive for the
your
cake.
7-foot frame, your arm and everything, it's like a trebuchet throwing, this stone ball at this guy's face. And you think you might have killed him.
But I can't think about that right now.
But
I
now's
almost
not the time for that.
And
This
I-
is blitz goal.
and I'm in the end zone. They're like just about to finish that last little piece of icing. They're just about to put they're about to spell blitz goal in the icing, which is, as we know, that's how you make the finish. You got to do the
you gotta ice
outer
the cake.
ring,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you have to write blitz goal exclamation point.
I mean,
And
there's
they're
extra
about
points for roses, but they don't need that right now.
Yeah, they don't need that. They're to them they've already won, and I dive for the cake to prevent it and pull out my secret tube of icing.
Yeah. And they have the straight on the L as you take the legs out, and in that same move, you're able to squeeze the
And I just-
dash out.
and fall in slow motion in a pile of bodies.
Amazingly, the 5th-year team has beat the senior team in blitz goal. You guys are champions. Everyone rushes the field. Nevermox is there, and he's like, "Tell your mom I love her."
What?
We did it!
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
I picked
What?
Damien's mangled body up on my shoulders and lift him up.
It's like those. It's like Mary holding Jesus' corpse, but it's a little.
And the crowd is just going, "See strike, see strike."
In honor of
Medical
such an
attention.
auspicious day, you don't actually even have to go to the infirmary. The nurse comes to you. I mean, so the first thing obviously she has to do is make sure the nerves still work. So she pokes each and every one of your neurons individually.
If he doesn't go to the infirmary, it doesn't count against the bet. It's the infirmary, not the injury.
Let me check the notes I made, and I'll get back to you on that. I would love to see you win, but I can't cheat it.
I make eye contact with Mr. Wiggles towards the box in the stands, and I'm just like,
It's just like a cardboard box.
yeah. I point at him and just wink, as the nurse is just tending to Damien in the middle of the field.
She's like, I'm not even gonna bother with it this time, and she just pours a potion of cured leg wounds down your throat.
Did it
Could
work?
she do that the whole time?
Did it work?
We won. We beat
Wow,
them.
having absolute disregard for my own health and safety always
Yes.
worked out.
This seems like it will be an effective tactic for our whole lives.
There's no way this ever goes south.
No way. Sea strike for life.
Bro.
What a
How are you
momentous
guys still
day.
alive?
How are these guys still alive? Partially, I think, because of your friendship, and has at least let them keep most of their mayhem on the field. Also, more than a little fear of Verity if they mess up one of her schemes.
Get the golden cake statue.
Then, every so often, they'll get really far out of bounds, and Alice will give them the look. It's the party at that night. Everyone, there's no booze. You're still too young for that, but
Doing
dancing. There is all sorts of for lack of a better term, soda, all sorts
Sparkling
of
juice.
all sorts of juice. Some of them made from plants with a high caffeine content, and I'm sure that more than one of them has some sort of spike from Verity. Even if she couldn't get her hand on some booze, she's got some scheme going on.
She would always make arrangements. She knows what sort of party this is meant to be.
Yeah.
Verity, can you give me a new tat right under the trident? I want whatever year it is, champs, and then a cake.
All right. What sort of cake do you want it to look like? Do you want it to look like the one that you guys made, or the ones
Yeah.
you destroyed?
The one like the trophy, just like the
Oh.
Oh,
the
so you
classic.
want it to be golden?
Oh, can you do that? I didn't know you could do color.
Okay, so it's really weird. It's like a palette in my brain, and I can just choose, and it just responds. It's glorious. But I can do that. Don't flinch.
Okay.
Some small
I'm sure some of the other
recommendation,
team
maybe
will.
you should wait until tomorrow.
I don't know. It has to be now. I'm riding this high.
Well,
I'm
no,
sure-
see, that's the exact reason why you should probably wait until
Give me
tomorrow.
a craft tattoo check, but
I'm sure.
No one's ever made a bad decision
give me a
during a moment
negative
of
10
euphoria.
penalty on it because you're so jittery.
I'm sure a lot of the boys will want one too.
Me, or because of him?
Because of both
Oh.
of you. 5 each. His arm's jittering, you're jittery because you've been
Yeah.
slamming go juice.
And there's a cha-cha slide going on.
I have not slept, so don't worry about it.
Go for it.
7.
Wow.
So the cake looks more like a top hat, and its Blitz goal is misspelled,
I love it.
and it's
And,
not. It's more like a yellow than a gold.
It's
I think-
perfect.
Would Verity realize that she did kind of a shitty job for
Oh,
once? But yeah, that's just the outline. I can do touch-ups, after I've gotten a good night's sleep.
I just needed something to remember this night forever.
Yes. But, make sure you come back to me,
Uh-huh.
tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
But also, make sure you just wear long sleeves until you see me again for that,
Cool.
okay?
Hey, Dave, you should get one too.
Get what?
A tat to celebrate the win. We got the
Yeah,
kill, dude.
just 1 second. He's gonna run. I'll be back in a second. He's gonna run to his partisan and be like, "Hey, our tattoo's cool."
Tattoos are very cool. Girls love tattoos.
Okay. And the
Can I get a tattoo?
thing you keep telling me about is chill, right? It's not gonna stop me from delving into justice.
No.
Okay.
You should
okay,
get a
cool.
tattoo of justice.
He's running back and say, yeah, I could do a tattoo or whatever.
All right, where do you want it?
I still recommend waiting, but
I don't know. Do you have any ideas? What do you think would look good on me?
Well, you have to give me an idea, otherwise I can't really...
I don't know.
do a narwhal.
No.
Well, how about tell me where you think you want it first.
Maybe on my forearm or something, and it could be
Alright.
oh, you have the trident, right?
Yeah, and that was
could
the
put,
first one I gave to someone else.
I could put the partisan there, and it could be cause I know me and him have
Yeah,
only known
no,
each other
like,
for a
and
little
I
bit,
mean,
but it's
you
like
have it
serious,
with you
you
all
know?
the time, so like, then there's the reference.
Yeah,
right
I sleep with it and
Yeah.
hold it tight, and when I get stressed, I ask it for advice and cuddle it.
Yeah, I mean, one of the other players on your team says everyone knows that Damien doesn't like anybody but that partisan.
Yeah, bro. Obviously, like, come on, it's like me and my boy, you know? Like,
Yeah.
it's about the boys, right?
Wait, like you talk. If you talk to it, like okay, that's weird.
Well, I mean, I talked to it. I
In a
mean, like,
different
I
way.
talked to it about like rhetorical questions. It doesn't talk to me. That'd be crazy.
I'm putting a pin in that. So you want the partisan on your
The
forearm.
same thing that Dom has, but like a partisan instead of a trident, because
Well,
you know it's like that.
you want the partisan on your arm. All right.
Yeah.
Sit down. Just put your arm out across the table.
Okay. I'm used to pain, so I should be fine.
Yeah, you seem like you're a glutton for punishment. Because I have it right there as a reference. Do I do better on this one?
What's the roll?
Well, I haven't rolled yet. I'm just asking before I do it.
Yeah, I mean, you were a little like taken aback by like what you did to.
Yeah.
Dominic.
Well, yeah,
You
well,
don't
like,
do
on
many
that roll,
bad
like,
tattoos.
I was like,
On the roll for Dominic, I got a 17, and I just incorporated the -10 you mentioned.
Yeah, so let's call this a -5. You're not as shaky. Dominic is or Damien's shaky, but probably for another reason.
I imagine this is like everybody's kind of like dancing and like standing, and then
Alright.
they're just like the two people on the couch in the middle of the living room.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be okay. I got a 21, so with the -5, that's gonna be a 16.
Yeah, it's not the best tattoo you've ever done, but it's a good tattoo.
Yeah, like I mean, like
It's not a top
it's
hat
good.
cake.
Check it out.
Bro.
And she'd probably no. You have to. I'm not strong. I can't hold your arm down. You gotta let me hold.
Oh, you think I'm strong?
I
Yeah, I
am.
guess-
Well, it's not hard to be stronger than me, to be honest.
Yeah, but like, you know, like I actually like I work out a lot. Actually, it's kind of a whole thing.
I've noticed.
Bro, what?
Well, yeah. I mean, you've been doing like all the physical stuff, and like I can't really do that stuff. So yeah,
Yeah.
no, I've noticed.
Well, because I need big muscles because if they hit me, it like dulls the pain.
I didn't know that's how that would work.
Well, so at first the intent was to be stronger so I could better protect people. Because I always like pick every fight. Even if I like win a lot of them, I just like from sheer magnitude. I've trialed runned it. Now it doesn't hurt. When I get hit actually. I mean it hurts, but like more about the emotional
It's
pain.
been proven many a time that the nerves still do work. They're not completely dead yet.
Do you think they do it on purpose? I don't think they actually need to do the poke.
I feel like it started out like where they did want to test, but then you just protested so much that it is just a little bit out of spite. I
That's
just like
alright.
because I'm thinking back now. That acid flash was not that big.
But it hurt.
Well,
I saved you from the chair. The chair thing.
Yeah. No, like that was like our first day here, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like cool or whatever. It was like a good time or whatever.
It was
Like
that was a good time. Like
Yeah,
like
like,
it
oh,
was the
I
first
like-
just like bonding with you guys. That was all.
yeah. Like it was a good time. Like it was nice meeting you and stuff. You know, like we've just known each other for so long. It's like, you know, it's cool though. Anyway, Dom, how you?
I'm fully like you see like a 7, like a super tall. Like I'm just
He's like the
poking
adult
over-
dancing with the kids at a
yeah,
wedding.
I'm poking over the crowd, but like I'm fully dance battling Boris right now.
Oh shit! Look at those moves.
Just like
You know, he's a
sort of
good,
going,
he's a
"No,
good,
no,
he's a
no,"
good
like, I'm
dancer.
full,
Boris is
middle
like
school
dad dancing.
dance party. Yeah,
You know, he's a good dancer.
just like never seen a guy this big be this agile.
You think
Actually-
you'd want to dance?
Yeah, I don't know super well though.
I mean, it's always worth a shot.
Okay, yeah, for sure, bro. Like that's cool. Yeah.
All right.
Woo! We're gonna live forever.
So Damien and Verity go and dance together. And like the rest of the party is finally like, well, it's about damn time.
Like a slow dance song cues like right
Yeah.
when she asked that question.
Oh, I did not time that. I did not time that.
I mean, time what? We're just like bros dancing really close to each other. Like,
Very close.
that's cool or whatever.
Dude, kiss her!
I feel like it. Yeah. Come on.
Just
Like
like
this
a
begins
Woo!
the worst 2 months
Please go.
of everyone's life.
Oh my god.
Let's flash forward 2 weeks. You guys are sitting at lunch. It's been 2 weeks, and Damien and Verity have not stopped making out.
It's like she has a second chateau.
Dominic hasn't gotten a lot of sleep because Damien is just up all night, like giggling, like sending like message cantrips back and forth. Just like
The partisan, like, is normally like, just bright and shiny, like polished wood and metal. Is dull, like the wood looks like it's like been left out in the sun for 3 days. Master, why do you not love me anymore?
Dude, I still love you, bro. It's just like, I'm just like so busy with like school and work.
With the
Not that I
shadow
have a
mode.
job, and hanging out with like my friends. I'm just so busy. Like, it's not you, bro. It's like I'm just like so busy. Like, I promise I'll make more time for you, bro.
Okay.
We can like all cuddle together, actually, if that's what you're looking for. I mean, she doesn't know you talk, but like I could be like, it's to protect you.
I feel like I'm
Party.
the third wheel.
But it's not third wheeling. It's like you, my friend. You know, it's like you who are like there as a friend, and then the person I'm gonna be giving all the attention to. You're not a third wheel. You're like a first wheel.
That's such a middle school outlook. Yeah, of course I want to hang out with you while I make out with my girlfriend.
and for reference, like all of these conversations happen inside of like his head.
Oh
Right.
yeah,
Yeah. So we don't hear any of this.
No, it's
buddy, come on. It's just like. Anyway, we can continue this conversation later. I actually need to go and see Verity. Anyway, bye. I'm just gonna head out.
So yeah, like the rest of you, this is it. This is your life now. Around the school, everyone's starting to notice. Like, Mr. Wiggles looks kind of happy almost.
It's not stopping any Verity's schemes.
Damien just started helping.
They have to come up for air sometime.
He certainly has to slow her
Like,
down some.
On a biological level, it seems it doesn't make sense. Like how long they can go without stopping.
Yeah. It's almost like they are breathing into each other's
Yeah,
mouths, and that is
yeah,
keeping
they-
it all going.
Like
It is
one long tube.
circular breathing. It's,
Yeah.
it's very interesting.
Meanwhile, Damien is just hanging out there. He's like, I know we've only been seeing each other for 2 weeks, but like, I think I'm gonna love you forever.
It's like on each other's laps.
We broke Matt.
Yeah. All right. I am taking the bets. Who will call each other Sweetums first tomorrow?
No, like, what if this ruins the whole vibe of the group? You know?
I think it would be Damien. No. It's definitely Verity. She is more into him than he is into her.
Is this the partisan or Boris?
Boris.
Okay.
My Russian accent comes and goes.
What do you think, How many kids would you want?
I'm actually terrified of that.
Eating lunch.
Yo, that's cool. That's cool with me. I'm like I'd be a great uncle. Dom's for sure. He's like a. He's for sure gonna
I
settle.
do have. I mean, I've got my older siblings.
Beef stew's really good today.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, like that's an entirely a possibility.
I wrote you a poem.
You did?
Yeah.
Can I read it?
Okay. He just gives her a piece of paper.
You know what?
I think.
Let's game this. Give me like a perform poetry
Wait.
check.
Yes,
Wait.
let's go.
He's actually good at one of these. Wait.
Would it be word?
Damien is going to use.
Hey, Allison Borum, do you want to go for a walk or something? I think they're going to
Yeah.
be at this. For
Yeah,
at least an
oratory.
hour.
Perform oratory as poetry.
Okay.
You know, I recommend taking this time to study for. Some-
Yeah, we should
Yeah,
actually.
I think he's
let's
good
do
to
that.
do
Let's
it.
do
Good
it.
to do it.
Ugh, I rolled a 3. I got a 10.
It's
You got to fold roses are red, violets
it's
are
sophomore
blue,
year high
something.
school poetry. I mean, it's
Like,
what
tell
you'd
me if you-
expect from a 16-year-old.
Dom, if you want, I can help you in the history class.
They're just fucking beaming.
Just hanging out.
They know that like this is objectively not good, but like
Well, not at the top.
the thought of it, it's just like.
All
I
right.
was thinking you were not needing to train so much with Boris today because I think you were going to be throwing up very, very soon.
Yeah. I'm getting head started.
This
Just a
is
second
so-
ago, I
this is so
self-blipped. I
fucking
like willingly
sweet.
blipped out.
Like, oh my goodness.
I put so much work into it.
I
I've
can
been
tell.
practicing.
I can
I've been
tell. Did you go to the library for
I
this?
just went like,
I actually
blip.
been reading some books actually to like learn how to be better at poetry and stuff.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I read a book actually. Yeah. The librarian knows my name now.
Yeah, like no, I know that's not your preference for learning. For the fact that like you went out of your way, that's really nice.
It's about putting work in, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's like games for the brains.
Yeah. I like also like I know you're always stressed about your shadow, but it's like cool, you know. It's like a it's like it like makes you like, you know, like unique. Plus it's like, you know, it's something that's like you know. It's not a bad thing. It's just a you thing, you know. And like I know you get anxious about it, but like I think it's
Yeah,
cool.
like I mean, I make it. I don't worry about it in the sense that I mean, like if it were bad, it wouldn't have been able to get past the barrier from the Angel Stone. back
Well,
home.
exactly. So like it's like you know, it's like misunderstood, you know. Like we're misunderstood, you know. Like they don't get us, you know.
it really feels like we don't.
I
need
know
to
it's
be
just
here.
you know, I've dated a lot of people, and this makes sense. It's like
Yeah.
it makes sense finally.
It feels like comfortable. Hey Dom.
Oh, so you do notice that we're here.
Hey, can you bring me popcorn if you're there? I'm hungry.
What?
Okay, thank you. Anyway, yeah, like it's about like
Look
I don't know,
at it.
connection.
Get him
Well,
popcorn.
looking back, I think, oh my god, I think Alice actually hinted at it a while back with the whole mushroom thing.
Well, like I don't know, like I've like thought you were like cute from like day one or whatever.
You
Oh.
did.
Yeah, well, you know, I just like I'm just like I don't want to like mess the friendship up, you know, like we're clearly never gonna break up, but like
And
you
with
know, 'cause,
that
like, I
line,
was
we're
scared
going
it
to go to intermission.
Oh no!
Like they go off to make out or something, and I come. That's when I come back with the bowl of popcorn.
I want to cut right on. We're never going to break up. All right. When we left for intermission, the famous last words of every teenage relationship: "We are never breaking up."
God damn it, T. We can't always be arguing about this. How do you just not believe in anything?
It's
It's,
not
like,
that I
not-
don't believe. It's just if there was something to reach out to, I would encourage it, but there's nothing there.
What
Like,
do you
yes,
mean there's
there's-
nothing there?
There, like, it's just the forces of nature. It's other than that, it is void. Like the gods are dead. There's nothing there.
I go out of my way to make sure that you and your shadow creature, okay, are like okay, and that like no one makes fun of you for it and no one attacks you for it, for your whatever belief you
I've
have
been
about
doing
that.
well enough
and then
job all this time of making sure people don't say shit about
all
prayer
you
beads.
do,
And I
all
know
you
they
do,
still say shit
all
behind
you
my back.
do is
But I
attack the
don't
things
care
that
if
I
they
believe
say
in.
shit.
Why can't you let me
I'm
believe in what I want to believe in? You never let me do it. I let you with your shadow nonsense, and you don't let me with this.
I didn't ask for that. That just happened to me.
Well, you should still respect what I believe in. You can't just be going around saying this
It's not
stuff.
that I don't respect you. I'm asking you to think for yourself.
I am thinking for myself. It's just one of the only things I've ever thought about.
You are more than that. You thought about more than that.
It's really important to me. You keep acting like it's not supposed to be. Like I'm stupid because I think it's important.
You're not stupid. That's not what I'm saying. I just need you to put a little bit more critical thinking into this.
What? So you're always right? You know what the truth is? You can't let me have what I believe in? Do you know how condescending that is to tell someone "Hey, I respect your belief. You just need to think about them a little more so you can agree with me?" Really, that's what you're telling
I'm
me.
not asking you to agree with me. I'm just trying to get you to challenge yourself a little bit more than you already are.
Why don't you challenge yourself? Huh?
I do. I'm
Not
doing.
believing in something isn't magic. You can't just say there's nothing there.
It's not that there's just it's an empty. It's an empty space. It's not a consciousness. You're asking for some sort of fucking divine consciousness that doesn't exist anymore. And I don't want to see you get hurt because you're reaching out to something
I'm
or
not
someone that's not there.
asking of that from you. I'm asking of that from myself, for what I believe in. That doesn't affect
Okay?
you. And you
If it
don't let me
affects you,
have
it
that.
affects me because just like my decisions that I make affect you. It's a back and forth.
It's just what I believe. And you won't let me believe. God.
No, that's the point. There are none.
I just spend all my time. God. Maybe he was right.
Who?
Doesn't matter.
Well, obviously it does if you're talking to someone else about issues you're having with me, so who?
I'm not talking about issues. It's just we don't like how you disrespect us and how you disrespect what we believe in.
Us? Who, what?
Told you about it. I know you always think it's stupid.
It you don't let me try to talk to him, so how can I confirm that?
Can't. You can only talk to me for some reason. It's not my fault. And only you can talk to your shadow. I believe you.
I wish it could talk to other people, then it wouldn't be up my fucking ass all the time.
Yeah, well, would other people want to talk to it? You know? With how mean you've been being with me? I don't know if any other people wanted to be talking to your shadow like that.
Well, the only time it's not bothering me is when I'm sitting alone in a pitch dark fucking room because it's only around when there's light. So, I'm sorry if the fact that there's something always fucking whispering to me gets on my nerves and makes me have trouble with people sometimes.
I've never had a problem with you having trouble with people. That's not what this is about. It's not what any of this is about. I don't feel like you respect me. I feel like I'm. You know what I discovered the other day?
What?
I know about your little betting game that you started.
I told you that I did the bets before. I pushed them aside because it seemed a little unfair to do that,
I didn't know you were the one who started it.
I've always been very open about the fact that of what I start.
I don't like that you started it. It was me getting hurt.
Or do you want I'm I'm sorry. I can't change that it happened, but
I don't know. I've just been anxious and stressed, and I think you think I'm stupid and
you're not stupid.
not good at things. And
You have a completely different skill set than I do. I don't expect you to be like me. I'd rather you not be like me.
yeah, but you say that, and that's not what I hear. What I hear is, you're smart. When you say I have different skills, it's saying I'm not smart.
You have a different
You're
sort of
good with people.
intelligence.
Different sort of.
I can't okay, I'm good with books. I know that's not everything. I don't expect that to be everything. I don't If I see you not doing well, I don't make fun of you for that.
It's more than that. You can't just be with someone because you don't make fun of them. You need to not even think that what they're doing or what they are is worth making fun of.
I'm not making fun of it.
I know you're not. But I don't think you respect what I do or what I believe in. And that's, I guess, okay, but I can't I can't I can't live like that.
What do you mean by that?
I don't think it's good for you or me if you like to, I don't know, not be okay with the things I believe in or do, even though you never make fun of me for it. I don't think you respect me for it because of what I believe, because of what I do. I don't think you value those things. I'm sorry.
Are you saying that you're done? And you're sure?
No, but I think it's I don't know.
Am I holding you back?
I don't think you're holding me back. I think I'm holding you back, and I think you should be with someone who believes what you believes and who you can look in the eyes and say, yes, what you stand for is logical and makes sense, and someone who you don't feel the need to correct about the things they believe in. And it's okay that you believe different things. I don't know if I don't think it's a good idea to continue. I'm sorry.
All right then.
Master, this is the right decision.
Not now.
For a second, they look like they're gonna cry, and they're like, "Nope, not here, not here." They take off your jacket that they've been wearing. Here's this. I will get you the things that you left at mine by the end of the week. I can do that to you, give that to you directly, or I mean,
Yeah, no,
through your brother, whichever. And then like the same thing with my things, like just the end of the week.
Yeah, I'll get them. I'll get them to you or Alice or whatever's easier for you, for sure.
Well, it's gonna be your comfort level. You initiated this, so.
That's not how that works. That's not how that works.
I don't know.
It's not gonna care about you. Just.
I'm not taking it as you don't.
Okay.
But I'm probably gonna go do something stupid before I get upset and say something meaner. And if I see your brother, I'll tell him where you are.
Thanks. And Damien's just gonna kind of wait until Verity's gone and kind of just collapse on the floor, the 1,000 yards staring, holding his partisan to his chest.
It was the right decision, Master. We'll be okay.
It doesn't feel like the right decision.
The light of Pellis will light the way for you. The Shadow Girl was blocking it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's advance 2 more weeks. And Verity, what are you doing?
I think Verity decided to do something very fucking stupid. Probably finally try and break into like where they keep all the fancy magic items.
The vaults.
And would have like asked Alice and Warren, like, I've got an idea. And
No.
if you're interested, I want y'all in on it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very excited. What are we doing? Are we sleuthing?
We're gonna. I've been planning it for a long time, but I want to get into the vault.
The vault.
The vault.
Ah.
I think I've got the pathways, and I think there's a way in that's like a little bit more. It's just not as suspicious.
At the
Okay.
very same time, on the other side of the dorms, what is Dominic doing? Or Damien doing?
Yeah.
He's laying in bed, holding his partisan to his chest, while
Like, I
Dom
know.
is just there.
Sitting on like the edge of the bed. And just like,
I love her.
I know. I know.
Why did I do that? And she's nice. And she's sweet. And she's pretty.
Mm-hmm.
And she held me and said nice things and
Yeah, we
read my
all-
poetry. And now I'm alone. And I'm never going to love anyone ever again.
I'll be her master.
I know it hurts right now.
You're
This
the
is
one who
the-
did this. You're the one who
This is
said
the
she was
decision you
fat.
made.
I want to unmake the decision, but I think I think I said mean things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think if I don't say anything, maybe one day she'll be okay with seeing me again. But if I say
mean-
something and she says no, then it's forever for no. So it's easier just imagine maybe one day.
Yeah. I think before we graduate, I think you owe it to yourself and to them that at least an apology for the mean stuff. Aren't you afraid you're gonna like poke yourself with the
No, he
Are-
doesn't
you're
hurt
gonna, like,
me.
stab
He
yourself?
can't hurt me. It's weird. He
I
doesn't.
could hurt you, but I choose not to.
He doesn't hurt me.
Mm-hmm.
He's my
Very sharp.
friend. He's my friend.
I am your friend.
He's my friend. He's all I've got left.
Right.
I shall show you the light of Palace.
No one else in the world cares about me anymore.
That's true.
That's all right. Hurtful. But, can I get you anything? You want some popcorn?
No, I want to cry and try and sleep and cry.
Okay.
I will sing you a song, Master.
You want me to leave?
You're a terrible singer.
Want me to
I
leave the
am a
light
terrible
on?
singer.
No, close the light. It's I don't like seeing the tears.
Okay, I'll turn the lights off.
Oh.
I'm gonna go get a workout in.
Damien, sleep. Your secret's mine to keep.
I'll be back
Please
in an
stop.
hour.
I'm
Okay.
gonna use you to stab myself if you continue.
And he
Oh.
cries himself to sleep every night for like another 2 weeks after this.
Mhm.
Yeah. And
Those are
during
both
that
good.
2 weeks, actually for those 2 weeks that you cry yourself to sleep, and then as you start to put yourself back together again, you don't see Verity, Alice, or Borum that whole time. As we move forward a month, the three of you are finally out of suspension for breaking into the armory.
Wait, where did you guys get me to go along? I thought we were getting ice cream. And then
Well,
before
like
we
the
know
plan
it,
was to get ice cream after we did it, and
you
I
should've
will
told me
still,
that.
I will still get you ice cream. Like I owe you like
I
a week's
wouldn't
wor-
have
I owe-
told the people that we're going there if I know that that's what we're gonna do.
Honestly, like a total faux pas on my part.
Yeah, it
Every
just
day-
seems like something we did on the way to ice cream. It's just like, you take a the
I
scenic
didn't know
route.
that.
like it's like you go to a movie and then you get ice cream after, and
Yeah,
it
it's like-
well yeah
Whatever a movie is.
we movied into a different fucking place for a whole goddamn month.
Every day for a month.
At least we still had like shit to do. They still let us do work. We just
Every-
couldn't leave.
I
Every day for a
don't
month.
know what my I'm gonna get so many letters from my parents. My mom's gonna be so
Yeah,
worried.
You probably have a backlog of.
Well, I mean, at least we went together. We weren't like completely alone.
Yeah,
My
and it
dad's
was
probably
great.
excited.
I trust you've learned how important it is to stay to the areas you're supposed to, Miss Farliche.
Okay, Mr. Juggles.
Wiggles.
I don't know anyone by that name. Just as I don't know anyone by the name Falice.
Maybe some more time in detention was what you need to
Yes,
Remember
because
my
you want
name.
to spend more time with me.
I enjoy every moment that we spend together.
Can I please not be tagged along on this one?
No, I think this is more of a me thing. I seem to be the one that's the problem. I'm always the one that's the problem, aren't I?
Damien's gonna walk up, go, "Hey, Mr. Dubs, hey," and then walk the other way.
Yeah. As the three of you come out of the office, like every day at the same time for a month, I've been outside Mr. Wiggles' office with a sign being like, "Let them go, let them go." One man protest.
You know, if I get in trouble, you won't even have to change the pronoun. Like, you could just keep using that sign.
I was trying. That's what I was going for, actually. Just so all three, let them go, like all three, but also you.
But yeah, I kind of made it. I'm just gonna start calling him by the wrong name because if he's never gonna get it right, you know, I'm gonna throw it right back at him.
Mr. Wiggles
I mean,
is unfair.
what
My
here's
friends are in there.
you could we could try to channel that energy into something a bit more productive.
I'm very productive. I just like being productive in a troublesome manner.
Yeah, can we try doing that troublesome manner in something that's less against the Mr. Wiggles, or like, trying to break into the vault, like,
Like bombs?
Yes, yes. I'd love to learn.
I mean, it's maybe a step in the right direction as long as we remember not to use them indoors by other people, and
I mean, they're the most fun near to other things.
we're nearly to the next stage of our education. That's a great field test. Use it during that.
This is a good point. Yeah.
You would do
Yeah,
well.
The bombs will
Save
be
it.
bigger.
Save.
Yeah.
Plan for that stuff. Plan how to, make trouble for the people. Not the people. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no, you've gotten very wise being here. This is a good idea. Wait longer, we have bigger bombs. I'm thinking, I'm picking up what you are, you say, laying down, and so yeah.
I'm not entirely convinced, but I'm gonna say okay, and steer it in the right direction when it gets to that point, as best I can.
Super.
I've got to go check up on quite a few of my projects, anyways.
All right, ciao,
See you around.
Borum, I'm so glad you guys are out now because you're like the outside of your door. There's just this giant stack of letters, and then your mom got so worried that she started sending letters to both of us too. And this most recent one said that if she didn't hear from you in the next day, that she was going to come burn down the school looking for you. So you can't imagine how much of a relief it is that you're out. Please respond to her, like right now. Actually, if you could do that, that would be super.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah. She was not joking. She was like, it was
Madre is
detailed,
probably pretty worried.
No,
Madre is probably will be very happy to hear. He always encourages. Anyways, yes, I will start writing a letter and getting someone to go right away.
Please, because she called it a wellness check, but it seemed like maybe, I don't know, it might be dangerous for literally everyone else here. She would turn the entire school over looking for you. So yeah, definitely get on that. Oh, also similarly, there's like 3 crates of food. The first one's probably not good anymore, but the second 2 are, I've been picking off of.
Yeah.
It's like free food, and it's like,
yeah.
I'm sorry. I just had to, but that is a thing too. So I'll help you unpack, all the stuff.
Thank you.
Okay.
Your study's been going good? Do you need any help?
Yeah, I'll hit you up.
Okay. I'll talk to you later. I really should get
yes
writing that letter
because we're all in imminent danger if you don't.
Yeah.
How long does it take before Verity is ready to talk to Damien?
I feel like she spent a month in the equivalent of the fucking hole, so like
it's like breakfast club.
She's going off of whatever vibe he's putting out, considering immediately when he saw her, he just beelined the way out. So
All right.
I think they'd probably turn to Dom to try and vibe check that.
And Damien, how long before you are ready?
Oh, he is terribly wanting to talk to them, but terrified at ruining anything. Because last time he spoke to them, he ruined everything. So his vibe is he will not speak to them unless someone basically unless he's in a situation where talking is the only like course of action. Because if there's any chance of like, I just didn't see you, bro. He's gonna do that.
And
In that time, you've been having a lot of conversations with your spear, of course, or with your partisan master.
Yeah,
Are you ready to hear about the Light of Pellis?
you always talk about the light of Pellis, and I'm like,
Sanctus Pellis is the greatest individual to have ever lived.
yeah, I know.
In a just world, he would be a god. One day, he will return, and when he does, he will become what he should have been, or not that taken from him.
Yeah, he sacrificed himself for us, and so we need to sacrifice ourselves for others. I know. It's just my head's not just in it. It's not in it.
You cannot change what you've done, Master. You made the right decision, but nonetheless, you cannot change the past, but you can look for the future. I understand your sadness, but find the joy in bringing the light to the world.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
There will be other women, dozens.
Not a woman, but
Fair.
I don't know if I want another person, but it's okay.
One of Pellis's tenets is love.
Yeah.
Yes. You are almost done with your studies, Master. And soon we will bring justice to this dark world.
We'll go help. It'd be nice to go help people. But good
I
distraction.
hunger for it,
You know, can I tell you something, Party?
Master.
Like, you say all the good things and like a bunch of important values and beliefs that I personally also agree with, but the way you say it sometimes makes me think that you're like a demon. Nothing with what you're saying, just the intonation. Like you somehow managed to take justice and goodness and make it sound like you're gonna try and murder small school children.
Of course not, Master. And how would you know what a demon sounded like? Have you ever met a demon?
I heard stories and the vibe I get, same vibe. You're not a demon, right?
I am no force of corruption.
Okay.
I am the spear of Pellis himself. The
Okay, I'm just
symbol of
checking.
our sanctified one is of me.
Okay, I was just,
It's
I
kind of
just
thundering in your mind as he says that.
okay, I was just checking. Okay, I was just like, what if there was like a changeling who transformed himself into you? I just wanted to make sure.
I would smite him as he stood.
Anyway, I think Dom wanted to see me for some reason, so I'm gonna go see him.
Can I come too?
No, actually, I think I need to go alone for a little bit. Hey, Dom, what do you want
what? I
to
didn't
talk about?
Oh, what are you up to? I didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought you wanted to see me. Okay,
No, what's up?
You get the feeling that your partisan is pouting.
Did you talk to V yet?
I haven't talked to T yet. No,
Oh yeah, you call her T.
was because it's very
Yeah.
tedious.
Yeah. I go
Finish.
I go with V. I mean, you gotta eventually.
Like,
You can't leave it like that forever.
yeah, but I'm terrified.
Yeah.
It's fine. Like, I'm sure like something will happen that'll fix it or whatever.
I mean, if only it were that easy. I think it's gonna be hard, and I think you have to do it. And that's not fair, maybe, but I think it's the right thing to do.
Because we're like all supposed to be like together after
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's been like for real, like ever since it ended, it's been like kind of weird. Like obviously the rest of us like love both of you, but
Yeah.
so we're not gonna.
Okay.
There's no sides. It's just. But it's been weird, It's been awkward.
No, yeah, no. I need to do this for y'all. That makes sense.
Well, mostly for you.
No, I need to do it for y'all.
I think you owe it to yourself.
No, I need to.
You've been on this weird like martyr kick lately. What's up with that?
It's nothing, bro. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Anyway, I'm gonna go find them.
Do you want me to go with you?
That is a terrible idea.
Okay.
And he's gonna start looking. I don't know where Verity would be.
Probably like working on getting all their schemes back into order because she has been gone for a month and just like, goddamn cat.
Like just
All
in
up
their
in my
room.
business. In their room, and then they're on them probably in their room, just like going through like their documents. It's open.
Hey,
Uh, hi. Uh,
you were gone for a while.
yeah, like I said I was gonna do something stupid, and I
Well,
did.
you know, you should have seen Mr. Dubs' face when he heard. He was telling me some nonsense about something or other, about important stuff or whatever, and all of his claws popped out, and he like hissed and was like, "Oh, those meddling kids." It was kind of funny.
Probably like also because I don't think you ever get used to his hands.
It's weird. Like, why is he a cat? This is a.
I
guess-
also feel like a personal level of spite towards him because he's decided to never say my name right.
Yeah, it's kind of messed up. Actually, I'm sorry about that.
No, it's fine, and you know, just
I'm actually sorry about a lot of stuff.
I am too, to be honest, because I mean I had a lot of time to think, and you weren't wrong, and you said that you were holding me back, and I actually think it was the other way around, that I was holding you back.
No, never.
No, because I spend all this time like thinking and learning in my own way, and you do the same in yours. And I know there's plenty of ways to look at things. And I have chosen to look at those empty spaces towards the future, and I completely did not think about what there is to be learned from legends long past.
Thank you. That means a lot. I'm sorry I said all those things about you and your shadow. It's not true. People would never dare to say anything about you.
I know they do.
It's
I know they do. You don't have to try and shield me
yeah,
from
but
that.
it wasn't fair for me to bring that up.
They just know well enough to not say it to my face or where I can hear them.
Hmm.
And I don't like that it's often as a threat and not because they care about me.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm sorry, and I should thank you. So thank you for showing me what all this is actually supposed to feel like.
Remember, what was the name of that girl that turned the chairs to life?
Synthalia.
Synthalia.
Yeah.
Well, how you just destroyed her on the first day?
You heard that?
Yeah, I was in the other room. I was listening.
Oh my
I
god,
was
I
like,
never knew that you heard that.
I had like, well, I hadn't met you at the time, and I'm sitting there, and me and Dom are talking, and Boris is very insistent about cutting off his legs, which is a known quantity at this point. And I remember just sitting there, and they were making, and anyway, they were arguing, and I was like, all right, I'm not getting between Axeman and Big Guy. Eh. And I just remember hearing you like just obliterating her. That was like, yeah, that was a cool memory.
I've pushed a lot of people too far. Some of those I'm sorry about. Some of those I'm not.
Yeah,
But I think I need to start figuring out how to be better because I don't know how long being the way I am is going to sustain me.
yeah, and I think
We're not that far off of graduating. It's
Yeah.
not that far away.
yeah,
Oh,
and I think
I
Yeah.
you then Borum and Alice and Dom, like I care about all you guys, and I don't want to lose that. Because if I don't have that, then I'm alone with the fucking shadow. And
You're
I
never
don't
alone.
think I could handle that.
Hey, you're never alone. Okay.
That's the problem. I'm not alone.
Oh,
And
the
I
lights
miss
off. And kind of Damien makes like a knowing, like, remember the lights are off, and he goes, okay. He takes his hand out and goes, friends.
Friends. And Faraday will reach back out and shake his hand.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Yo, this has been an adventure. Whoa.
Yeah.
Whew. All right, what's the next key, Matt? What are we doing? Gotta get the ball rolling back.
I'm gonna need to go something a lot more subtle because the vault
Okay.
was a big move. That was a bad move. I seldom make bad moves, and that definitely was one of them. Like, I
Know what
think
you
if
were missing?
Borum's mom will find out that it was my fault he didn't answer for a month, and I am scared she's going to come for my fucking head.
Yo, don't even worry about it. New scheme. Okay, you know what you were missing in your last game?
All right, give it to me.
A distraction. So we're gonna do is a sacrifice play. So and it ends there. And then Damien does a whole spiel for the next game.
100%
Also getting the
success
shit
rate.
beat out of him.
We'll advance a couple of months. You know what? You guys are finally in your 7th year. This is your last year at school. Something miraculous happens. Borum goes a whole week without a letter. And
Miraculous is scary in some ways.
as the year starts, no lunch shows up for him. And then finally you get a letter, like right on the first day of your 7th year. Just like, oh, Borum, I know you must be worried because I haven't sent letters, but I wanted you to know that me and your father love you so much and are so proud of you. And now that you're all grown up, we will treat you like the grown up you've become. And you can get your own lunch now. But if you come home, I make you lunch. But I will only write letter when you send letter back. Love, mother and father.
Yeah, I think right now he's like, it's one of those things where it's like, now that it's starting to go away, it's like, oh, geez.
My boy's getting cut off.
Got cut off, yeah.
Yeah, and so, yeah, he's going to draft up a letter, and he's not going to send it right away because it's going to take him a day or two to, flesh it out and whatnot. But the gist of it is going to talk about how he really appreciated all the love and care that he received, and he hopes to see them soon. And he always loved the lunches and the care, and at times he may have been a bit snarky, I guess you could say, or whatnot, but he still very much appreciated, and he may have been embarrassed, but he never hated or anything like that. And he'll end it in something along the lines of, she doesn't have to stop saying them all the time, that he enjoy still getting the occasional little gift package or care package.
Mail in the apocalypse doesn't work like mail does in like anywhere else. Like I said earlier, you get months worth of mail at once. Somehow, well before there's any way you think that this letter could have gotten to your mother, there's a crate waiting outside of your room. You have your own room now as an upperclassman, full of lunches waiting for you.
He'll write a nice letter back, and the gist of it is saying thank you, but much more loving and caring.
In that same load of mail, Alice gets a letter from home. As you open it, it says, Aristocha, I hope you find your studies well. It is with a heavy heart that I must tell you your mother has taken a turn for the worse. Her memory has completely failed her. It is of utmost importance that you finish your studies and come home. Being 2 people down for the Whisker Games is making it very difficult for us to keep enough tokens, and we have already fallen to the 3rd place in the family. The only reason that we have any standing is that girl stayed behind before, but I need you to not follow her example and come home immediately upon graduation. Signed, Father.
Okay. little bit pissed off with that letter because it's sort of putting the Whisker game above my mother's health in a way. So I think I was gonna like fume in my room for a little bit. But
Think back to your conversation with
Synthalia.
Synthalia after the common room kerfluffle, and all the things that she said then about the Whisker games and how important they seemed until something seemed more important.
Yeah, and there's very clearly something more important in that letter. I think I'm going to take a midnight walk down to the lab where I've been working on the mushrooms.
There's a underclassman at the door. There's always someone kind of guarding that area, more for like to keep an eye on the experiments than to keep anybody out. They've seen you enough times that they just kind of nod you through.
Thank you. I am going to be. I'm pulling the all nighter. I think I can just lock up if you want to go get some sleep. I know this is and nearing the end of the term and exams and that sort of thing.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I've done it 1,000 times. I can do it 1,001 more.
Thank you so much.
I go sleep and sleep you.
They run off.
Yeah, good. So I'm gonna just go into the door. I'm gonna kind of bolt it up, and I think I want to go look at all the different kind of mushrooms experiments that I've been doing, because I've got some in the corner that I'm working with, sort of mycorrhizal networks where they're symbiotic with the plants, and then I got some other ones where they're actually toxic to the plants and they're opening up the stomata and the plants die quickly, and I got like an ant farm and like the mushrooms infecting some of the ants, and I'm kind of just going through all this, and I think I'm gonna have a sort of a tantrum thing. I'm just gonna kind of grab it all and like all different samples and like throw them into a my alembic, and I'm just gonna lay it up and like burn them all together and get that distill the sort of smoke that comes off of them, and I want to kind of take that smoke inside the beaker and like mix some soot into it and just like be rage alchemy, so all my time is sort of Boris. I'm just gonna be rage alchemy, like shaking this beaker and sort of sitting there once I had this sort of beaker of like sooty smoke or oily smoke, and start thinking about memory and what that means. And gonna whip up a quick topical anesthetic. I'm gonna slick back my hair, grab a handful of soot in one hand and a scalpel in the other, and I'm gonna say, okay, I think this will work. And then I'm going to fade to black maybe, because I don't really want to describe what I'm doing because I don't even know what I'm doing. But something involving it's like experiment with this chaotic many mushroom soil and a scalpel and seeing what works out.
Yeah, and you're Harapho, you're covered in hair, and
I'm a lab rat.
Yeah. You're able to kind of cover it up from your friends, as the days pass, and that something is changing, but to everyone else, maybe they saw you sad for a day or two. Like, I don't know how much you've shared about your mom with the rest of them, but you're definitely not sharing what you've done tonight.
Not immediately. Not for the rest of the year, I should think.
Yeah. If it works the way that you think it will, they'll know soon enough when you get back from your apprenticeship.
Hopefully, but the math was in a bit of maybe it's 2 a.m. and the notes weren't very well kept, and I didn't.
Sometimes you got to go with your gut.
Yeah. Boris is quite wise.
Yeah, sometimes it's it's less chemistry and more cooking. All right, we're coming towards the end of your last year at the academy. Let's go this way. It is the week before not really graduation, because you won't graduate till you come back from your 6-month apprenticeship, but like you are coming on the end of your class time. Verity, when you wake up, even though you didn't leave it there, the black book is sitting like on your little desk space, opened on its own to a page that says, "The Academy must always have a queen bee."
Let's find you a new home. She's
Um,
gonna tuck it away in one of her secret pockets and start hunting.
So you go, up a couple levels to the dorms where the first years, share with their second year prefects. And you just kind of spend the rest of the day watching.
Just like that first couple of days, but now in reverse.
And you see a couple candidates, but no one that quite strikes you right. Then you watch like this gang of boys picking on this little halfling boy. Like they're all human boys, they're all much bigger than them, 10-year-olds are all sociopaths to begin with, and everything. And then you see this, I don't know, foot tall ball of light almost, like fly in between the little halfling boy and the human boys. I'll share my notes when I really need them every time. Right?
He's helping.
And this little pixie girl is, like there, and she's like, "Oi, you think I'm gonna get this going on my watch? I got another thing coming for you. You better back fuck off." And she just stands there, and they're all like, and then her centaur best friend comes up behind her, towering over all of them, and they decide, even though he is a 10-year-old centaur, he is still giant, like I guess like you would imagine, like a child centaur, with like a yearling body and like a 10-year-old, yearling horse and 10-year-old body and everything else, and already just the beginnings of a goatee. Did there's the new bee.
As this little tiff is going on, do I catch the pixie's name?
It's Credence.
Credence?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Verity will wait for it all to die down, and then she'll go up to Credence. Like, hey, that was some good work y'all did right there.
Oh yeah.
I remember doing something like that my first day.
Can't let the assholes win.
Say again?
Can't let the assholes win.
I don't know what you're saying.
A rumbling voice behind her. Can't let the assholes win.
No, you can't. Do you mind if I talk to you quick? I like what you did there.
Thank you.
But can I just take you away from your good friend here for a second?
Are you start some shit?
No, I don't start shit. I finish it, like you just did.
She kind of thinks it over and shrugs. She's like, okay.
Right.
Little like dragonfly wings like keep up with you.
Verity will find a quiet alcove, just like was found when they'd received the book years ago. The Academy always needs a queen bee. I'm on my way out. You're on your way in. It's time for a changing of the guard. So, everything you need to know, everything I've learned and those before me, are right here.
She looks at it kind of funny, like, she's a foot tall. How's she gonna hold it? But if she takes it in both of her hands, like, expecting it to like knock her to the ground, it shrinks down to like be size to her.
Take a peek.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, right? I know, it's great.
Flips through pages. She kind of gets to the end. And one thing you've noticed about this notebook this whole time is you're always written on like the 10th to last page, but there's always like 10 blank pages after anything you've written in here. So she looks through and she's like, armory, huh? Or the vaults, huh?
Yeah, I had a bit of trouble with that one.
Well,
so don't make the same mistakes I did with that one.
I'm gonna learn from your mistakes. I'm gonna make it happen.
Oh, please do. I would love to hear that story down the line.
What's your name?
Just a little bit of truth. Hey, I think Mr. Wiggles is coming.
Ooh. And,
And then, just like she was distracted before, when she turns her head, she'll vanish down a
as
path.
you like come out of that hallway and walk past, Mr. Wiggles is like sitting on top of like a statue, makes direct eye contact with you, and gives you a nod of respect, like, you know, this is how the academy works.
I think she just gives a wicked grin.
And then like a message spell, a cantrip, like hits your head. It's like, well done, Miss Farlish.
God damn, he still doesn't get it right.
Oh, well, he gets it right. I thought I was getting it right.
No.
God damn it, Mike.
Leish.
Farlish. That was me, not Mr. Wiggles.
Yeah.
He says it correctly. It's a big emotional moment.
Yeah,
I
it's
know that
just
I
like,
screwed
I
up.
think like their response back with it is just, the trouble doesn't stop just because I'm gone. I'll make it elsewhere.
Trouble never stops. Do well out there, Miss Farlish.
I intend to.
All
And
right.
sadly will then also go and hide the wand. I don't know if they were able to like replicate it or find another.
As a matter of fact, they were able to replicate it. So let's keep going around the horn. Dominic, as you prepare to end your time there, you receive another request to visit the Haven Project.
I imagine I've been going, infrequently over the years, and so I'm like, okay, well, this is probably the one. And then I head off, and also in the meantime, there's like one last training session with Boris where I'm like fully confident in my abilities and everything is fully under control, and I can like just activate my rage without having to like actually embody that anger.
For the first time ever, you fight until he throws up.
Punch him in the jejunum. I win. And I'm like, thanks, B-Man. And I give him like a dap hug. Like,
yeah.
You're a real one. It's crazy that you're still here. But
I'm professor now. I always
yeah.
do.
Thank you for everything. But I really got to go. This is super important. And I take off.
All right. So you make your way over to the
Haven Project.
The Haven Project.
And at this point, I've definitely like brought it up to the parents over one of the like out of school year visits, without necessarily acting out that whole scene. Like what would be the general, like how would they respond to that, to me bringing it up?
Very guarded. They never say anything negative. They always try to play it off, but it would feel like the Shadow Man remembers your parents with a lot more fondness necessarily than he remembers them, or they remember him.
Mm-hmm. But like, I get the sense that they're like very much aware of what the Haven Project is.
Oh, they were. He didn't lie when he said they were part of the Haven Project.
Yeah, but even though they don't go into detail, there's a look on their face where they're like, "Oh, we know exactly what you're talking about."
Mm-hmm.
Routinely, knock on the front door. I imagine the same girl there.
Yep.
Like, hey, how's it going? Oh, hey, how's it going?
But she knows you. She's also
yeah, I'm just like, hey, I'm like,
come on in, Dominic, and then Master Fosca, Dominic's here. And, doesn't even make you wait this time. He just brings you in. Like, Dominic.
Hey, Mr. Fosca.
It's end of classes. Don't get old. Oh,
I'm working.
I think I asked you to come here today. Your classes end this week. There's a decision you need to make, and I've given you as much time as I could, but
I've been putting this off the entire time. But you're sure that is there any way that I could assist the project but not remain in the Citadel? Is there any way I could go to a village and, I don't know, have the traditional vicarage? I don't know. I feel like I'll plateau if I stay here. I need to get out there. I need to see something different. Like I just, on the first day I came here, I had a realization that I'd only even seen the Citadel itself, and like, the normal streets. I could count on two hands amount of times, and I think this is important. Put me in the field.
He smiles jovially and is like, I would have made the same decision when I was your age. Go out there, do your apprenticeship, do your vicarage. 2.5 years, you'll be free. Let's talk again.
Okay, I promise I'll come back.
I'll hold you to that. He shakes your hand, sends you on your way. In your room that same day, or actually not your room because you're upperclassmen now, so you have your own room, but 3 doors down.
I have a bed that fits me, custom.
It is almost time for justice. Are you prepared?
Yeah, I think I actually am. And like Damien is like start to like grow out like a scraggly beard. Like it's just like he's not been doing like terribly, but like I don't know, he's kind of just been like in the dumps for like a little bit, focusing heavily on like reading as much as he can about like Pelos and stuff, and trying to like learn as much as he can. He's like slowly like trying to grow like a beard, and he's kind of like, yeah, okay. I think I'm ready to go on the mission and get out there.
Good. I think some time away from the Citadel and from the Verity Grove will do you well.
Bro, I'm over Verity. I don't know what you're talking about.
Of course you are. I'm sorry I even said anything.
It's okay, bro. Like, don't worry about it. It's all good. We just gotta do what we gotta do, make the world a better place, and then Sanctus Pelos is gonna come back and he's gonna save us all.
Correct. We will light the way for him.
We are
you
his
will
light.
die, as it should be.
We're gonna avoid doing that. We're gonna focus on making the world a better place.
We will bring justice to this world.
Yes.
You and
Justice.
I. Alone.
Loyalty, duty, sacrifice.
Together.
Loyalty, duty, sacrifice. Loyalty, duty, sacrifice. We got this.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll Can you wait here for a second?
I can't move on my own, so yeah.
I always ask out of kindness. I value you just as I do any of my other friends. And Damien's gonna kind of start running around the school, and he's gonna be like trying to look for Verity, and then after about 5 minutes of doing it, he's gonna go, "This is stupid. This is stupid." And he's gonna go back. He's like, "It was nothing. I just had to head out to the bathroom. It's kind of weird if I shit while you're around, bro."
Not at all, Master. Believe it or not, Pelos used to do it all the time.
Yeah.
Pelos was never separated from me, nor should you ever be separated from me. We should be together and all the time.
To add to that, at that moment, your big brother knocks on your door.
Yeah? Who is it?
It's me.
Ah, come in, man.
And then last week.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the last week.
The rules say that we can't go on the same vicarage together.
I mean, I think it's actually I've been, since Verity kind of showed me reading was cool. I've actually been doing some reading, and apparently it's because there were these two brothers, and they were like really cool and really smart. Except they were also massive troublemakers, and apparently they were sent on the same vicarage or apprenticeship or whatever. And there was like a town that just was then no longer there because they were stupid. And anyway, so ever since then they like set up the rule or whatever.
Well, we don't want history to repeat itself, but I wanted to.
Yeah, bro. Like if I could redo, I would not redo any of my decisions of the past couple of years.
But seriously, this is going to be the first time we're not going to be together for 18 years of our life.
Yeah. Hey, you don't have to take care of me anymore.
Can you take care of you? Look at that beard.
You don't like it?
I mean, it's
I think
good.
it makes me look. I think
it
it makes me
suits you.
look
But you could
erudite.
you could trim it a little bit. You could afford a trim.
Yeah, it's time.
I just I'm worried about you, man. And
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I
it's
think I
not that
just
I don't like you can handle yourself. Like
yeah.
and you're arguably the toughest person I know.
Yeah, they don't tell you this, but getting the shit beat out of you in a routine sense for 7 years, in a
Yeah.
weird way, helps you get the shit beat out of you less.
Like I'm tough in like a healthy way. You're tough in like nothing can ever permanently put you down. You'll get
Yeah,
your ass kicked,
nothing, nothing could ever permanently make me feel sad.
but on a serious
Anyway,
note though, like
Hold on,
we're
though. We're getting close on time, guys. So I'm gonna pop over so that we get through everyone.
Okay.
Across the dorms, Borum is packing his bags.
Yeah.
And,
What? Hi.
You open the door, and Boris is standing there. And
Oh,
Borum, my
hi.
friend,
Hi.
our friendship has not gotten the attention it deserves, but over the last 7 years, I have really appreciated all the times we've had together.
Of course.
You be safe out there.
I mean, yeah.
You remember all things Boris teach you. Tough, skip leg day, every day, never leg day.
I still recommend making sure you can walk and stuff. It makes life a lot easier. But I will take your teachings and use them as in a manner of yes.
You are best friend Boris ever have.
Thank you, Boris.
And he
He's
scoops
the
you up in a big bugbear bear hug. A bugbear hug. There's enough size difference that he probably does like a hit point or two of damage. Like, oh. And then last but not least, Alice. In the last couple days as you've come, you started wearing a hat, which hasn't really drawn everyone's attention, but at the same time it has. You're sitting in Mr. Wiggles' office. Well, Alice, I know you took an unconventional path, but it seems as though you've come to your end of time with us.
That is seeming like it is so. I am not knowing if it is unconventional. It is simply the path that the path of least resistance. I am thinking.
Yes. I have been in this job long enough to know that we pretend there's a conventional path, but every one of you that we get through to the finish line has their own path at hand, and is the way that it should be. I wanted to talk to you today to thank you for helping the rest of your friends through to this. I don't know that they would have made it without your measured and complete lack of impulse. And thank you for being such a calming element on everyone around you.
I am the calming element of the part. Is this my legacy? Oh no. Yeah, I am guessing that I am the calming element, but I am hoping that this is the calm before a storm where we all shake up the world and make it into a better place.
I would expect nothing less of you.
I'll say good, because I'm been rather experimenting with bombs, and I'm really worried about this calm thing that you are talking about. It seems very antithetical to my plans.
I have had many nightmares about what Verity would be if she hadn't had you to temper her.
I am
let
thinking,
alone young Mr. Sea Strike.
Well, I am thinking that they are all unstoppable forces, and I am not so much as an immovable object as a starting gun that has refused to go off, but I want to go off with a bang. And I think that then, when I go off with a bang, we shall fuck the shit up.
Well, then, I guess in 6 months we will see what you do to this shit.
So thank you. I've been using it for fertilizer to grow mushrooms, and I think that I have grown very beautiful mushrooms.
Yeah. Weird thing, as you mentioned that a couple weeks ago, your lab was all burnt up.
Yeah. Also, that is important because because I am leaving, and if the mushrooms are able to come to like the fruiting bodies are able to come up and then spore, it becomes very dangerous if people are not in there with the right personal protective equipment. And I am hoping that, yeah, so it is a safety measure.
How could I have thought anything differently? You're so, what's the word I'm looking for? Conscientious.
Yeah, so thank you. That is,
Ms. Kraskin. Well then, I will give you leave. Good luck on your apprenticeship. Come home safe to us.
I make no promises. I only make the bets.
And over the next couple of days, you guys finish your classes, and quicker than you could imagine, the 5 of you have left the academy. And we'll come back next week, 6 months later, as you return for graduation. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you for everyone who stayed with us tonight. I just looked at the user count. It seems like we have a lot of new followers, which I appreciate. And please make sure to, whatever the Twitch version of like and subscribe is, follow and, I mean, subscribe, but
follow at a safe distance.
I mean, with the explosives, that's probably a good idea.
And we will be back here next week at 7 Eastern
Standard
time.